Hi there, I'm Joe Bereta, and you're watching Bonus Feature Spotlight. High kick into frame, clearly establishing physical dominance on the set, and here we go. There are a lot of moments in Seth MacFarlane's directorial debut, Ted, where the visual effects had to be as sharp as the comedy if the humor was to work out at all. Bringing the titular teddy bear to life required a mix of practical and digital effects, not to mention a committed performance from Mark Wahlberg. You've heard of him. When it came to the infamous teddy bear scuffle, the script called for Wahlberg to have a full-blown brawl with his little buddy. And since Ted wouldn't come to life until much later in post-production, this effectively meant he had to fight himself. If you thought a movie about a guy who likes to get stoned with a stuffed animal would skimp on the bodily injury, well, take a look at this, because you're about to get proved wrong.
Sometimes I think back to that Christmas morning when I was 8 years old. I wish I'd just gotten a Teddy Ruxpin.
Say that one more time.
Teddy Rux fucking pin!
We have this all-out brawl, which is kind of like a Born Identity style fight that takes place all over the hotel room.
We wanted to play that scene as raw as we could.
It was a really big scene. And when you have a big scene like that, over 100 shots, you really need to know what you're doing.
The stunt guys put together a animatic of how they wanted to shoot it. They basically got a room and they shot the whole thing. Which was super helpful because we did some preliminary tests of putting Ted in there to see how that's gonna look. From there, they took Mark, they took Ted, and they went into the actual stage and almost shot it shot for shot.
Rolling. Sound speed. And action. Cut.
So you want to just on action total?
Yeah, you got it.
Action. Cut.
We just shot it pieces. Piece by piece by piece by piece.
Mark is so good at physical comedy and at fight scenes. One of many things that Mark was asked to do was do a fight scene by yourself. Do a one-sided fight scene, pretend that the other guy is there, and that's the hard thing to do. Sometimes he would have the bear's body, sometimes he would have a pair of bare arms around his neck, sometimes he would have nothing, and he would just have to be pantomiming it.
Fuck. Sean, push the wall back.
I felt so ridiculous, with nothing, just going, reacting to all these punches and hits and kicks. Getting whipped with the TV antenna in my ass.
I had the radio antenna, and I thought I was gonna be the stunt double, and I come in there, it's Mark. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Starting position. Everyone set?
Set. Mark has to pull down his sweatpants and lay there on the ground.
You gonna hit me? Yeah. Let me feel a little. Let me feel a little.
And he goes, hit me, and I whacked him once, and
Ah!
I'm like, oh, I hurt him.
Come on, that was weak, dude. Come on. Ah!
Hey, I'm one of the few people that can say I whipped Mark Wahlberg's ass.
That's his ass. But the welts are all CG. We had to make him look a little more beaten up. He's like, God, I hope this works, because that is as going for it as an actor can be.
Again, it's one of those things where I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. But I always believed in Seth and his visions.
Come on, dude, you gotta do it for real.
For a long time, we didn't have any bear, and that we were cutting the scene together with just punch sounds and Mark.
We sort of imagine the bear moving through the frame, and that's how we assemble it.
And you could tell it was going to work beautifully because it just played out so convincingly, and we put the bear in there, and it fit perfectly.
So much of that was hand animated, and so much of it was the intensity of getting Mark and Ted to look like they're connected.
One of the things we did in the punches, we would remove frames so that it looked like he got punched much more violently. So his head maybe would turn like this, and by removing frames, it would snap. And it was that kind of thing that sort of made the fight more realistic and gave Ted more weight when he threw his punches. It looks looks like he's really, beating him up.
It helps us in animation from having to kind of cheat the punch to make it look like it hits and holds and pushes. It makes it feel like a realer punch.
So we'll have to cue the fan.
And then this shot is actually, was the stunt guy.
Drive through it. You guys ready? Yeah. Ready, and...
And then we had to superimpose Mark's face on his face.
Seth was awesome, and editorial was awesome to give us a little bit of freedom on making shots what they needed to be. Not only is it a big moment in the story, but it's a big moment in the effect to show that there's actual physical contact going on. It's not we're just putting this bear in.
I was under pressure to put action music under that fight scene, to put ADR, like, oh, why I oughta, and I just kind of resisted it the whole way. I was like, no, this needs to feel like it's more serious and more intensely violent than it has any right to be, given the fact that one of the fighters is a teddy bear.
It's a unique scene, and that is 100% exactly what Seth wanted from day one. And it's great, and it's one of the more iconic scenes in the movie.
Why are you crying? My dick is pushed by the TV.
Brutal as that fight might have been, I've seen the sequel, and I can confirm for you right now in real time that they are still Thunder Buddies for life. So. Oh, gee! Oh! Okay, you want it? Oh! No! 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 Best friends. For bonus feature spotlight, I'm Joe Bereta. Thank you for watching Universal Pictures All Access. Get the most out of your movies. All right, you guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and if you want to see more, click on one of these other videos. And also, the little subscribe button that's floating somewhere around here. Find it. You're an adult.